Good afternoon, guys, ladies, whoever's watching. How's it going? Quick video, real quick, over Danny Garcia versus Errol Spence. There's been videos circulating of Danny training, doing strength and conditioning, and there's been video of Errol training. Both fighters are saying they're coming back in September, and it is speculated that both fighters are going to match up in September. It's going to be a showdown. This is a very interesting fight for a few reasons. For one, I think this is a great fight for Danny Garcia. I think this is the perfect timing for him to fight Errol Spence, not only for the WBC belt, but for the money that it may potentially bring, which it's not going to be no breaking the bank type of payday, but I think it's going to be a decent payday for him. Danny's coming to fight. Danny's coming to be Danny. Perfect timing. Great boxer. Well, I wouldn't say great boxer, but he's a good boxer. He has good timing, power in both hands, and he can fight. And he starts off slow, but over the course of the fight, Danny picks up the pace as the fight goes on, and he gets better. He gets stronger down the stretch. I think with his timing and his speed, I think it can potentially cause problems for Errol. And not only that, given the circumstance that Errol was in the car accident back in October, nobody really knows the state of Errol Spence mentally, let alone physically. We know that he was ejected from a car. Not only that, he had his teeth knocked out, and he was in the ICU for, I think, a week. They said he had no injuries, but everybody knows you don't go to the ICU for a week with no injuries. There was some interviews, I want to say, a couple of months after the accident, because Errol kind of stayed away from the media. But there was a couple of interviews where his speech was slurred. He didn't sound the same. He gained a lot of weight after the accident, which he always does. He gains a lot of weight in between fights, which I think is going to be a big no-no for him. It's going to catch up with him. And, yeah, I think it's a good fight for Danny. I don't think Errol's going to be the same. I just don't see it. I think his strategy as well. I think it's good. I think he has a good strategy. He says he wants to fight the top contenders. He don't want to warm up or tune up. Given the circumstance, I think he wants to be in a ring with a top-notch opponent in case he's not the same. At least he's getting paid for it instead of doing a tune-up and seeing, whoa, I'm not the same. Now you got to build your name back up. He wants to get paid to see where he's at. And I don't blame him. But everybody's calling him out. Keith Thurman's calling him out, which I always thought Keith Thurman could beat Errol Spence if he fought him. That's just my opinion. I thought Keith was probably one of the top welterweights. Yeah, he kind of put Errol on a back burner because Errol didn't have a name, just like Errol was doing Crawford. So let's not even go there. But, yeah. What you guys think, man? Is Errol going to be the same? Is he going to be the big shark that he talk about? I don't think Errol's as good as he's been talking about. Or should I say not him, but as most people have been saying, I don't think Errol is as good as most people have said. We saw the fight between him and Porter. To me, I thought Porter had the edge. Even with the knockdown, it could have been a draw, but I gave the edge to Porter that fight. What do you guys think? I mean, you saw the fight with Danny and Porter. Danny really got outclassed, but he didn't get beat up. I think Errol was getting beat up. But what you guys think? Is this a good fight for Errol? Let me know. Let me know. I don't think it is. I don't think it is. I think he needs a tune-up fight. I think he needs to fight a tune-up fight and then fight a Danny Garcia, Manny Pacquiao, or Keith Thurman, or Crawford, then later on. Not jump right in the ring. But out of those fighters, I would say Danny is the least threat of those fighters. So, yeah, he's taking the least threat out of Thurman, Crawford, Pacquiao. Who else? Am I missing somebody? Porter rematch. He's taking a lesser opponent, which would be a Danny Garcia. But Danny is still a threat to anybody. So we'll see. Let me know what you guys think.